But anyway,
Recording. Good night, everybody, and welcome back to our channel. We have been gone for a week or two, but we was posting anyhow. Tonight we have joining us my niece,
hi.
my niece Kayla, and she's also from the Bahamas. She's so beautiful. She's beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
Oh my gosh, she can cook. Okay, Tina, let's get the food. Let's get the food. So this is my niece Kayla, and she's gonna be joining us tonight. And she's not married, but she's about to be married. And so I let her join in because I would like for I would like for young people, younger generation that is behind us, like we in our 40s, gracefully. Yes. Okay. So we in our 40s, and so the ones that behind us that coming up, we already know what the situation is. They're young, they're in love, they want to get married, they want to settle down, some of them. So this tonight, we're going to talk about red flags. Red flags. So lately I have been trending on YouTube. I also was talking when I forgot to tell you that, Andrea. I was talking with another young lady on YouTube, and she watched my video, and I saw her on another YouTube channel, and we kind of was going back and forth with each other. And she was married, and she came with her marriage, and she said she didn't see the red flags, because she worked, he worked, she had to come home to the she had a little girl, so she didn't really see red flags, but at that point she didn't really know in
What
her
to look
what
for?
right what red flags were. And so I know the word is being getting thrown around a lot. Notice the red flags, but on YouTube you see a lot of marriages just bursting out now, especially celebrities, and they coming out the woodwork with all these marriage failing. Marriages are failing. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna enjoy my life as a single woman as for as long as I can. No, that's not saying I don't want to get married again, but I ain't gonna rush. I'm not gonna rush. So I'll start it off by saying this. When you get into a relationship, please just don't look at the relationship as, oh, I found me. I think I find the special one. I think I find the perfect one. I think this is the right one. You don't even know if that's the right one. You don't know if that's the right one until you get well deep into that relationship and you begin to study that person. And I said study because everybody come in our life, we have to study them. We have to learn how to start studying people when they come into our lives. At the end of the day, you want to make sure that this person is coming in not just to make you happy because you can make your own self happy. I make my own self happy. I know how to make she happy. Ain't no doubt about that. But my thing is, when you say you've fallen in love with this person, what is it that you're truly falling in love with? Who is it that you're truly falling in love with? People only show you what they want you to see. But sometimes we as women, we have a very discerning spirit, and we need to learn how to start using that spirit that God give us. God give us an anointing on us that we could bear kids. So we know the different cries in our children. So if my child would just start crying like really, and it's like a pain, I know that cry is from a hurt. He got hurt. If he just crying and whining about something around the corner somewhere in the house, I'm like, I'm checking for him because I know that cry. That isn't a cry where he's hurting. That's just a cry. He's whining for something that he wants, but he cannot have. So basically, That's how we should treat our relationships. We should know the difference. We should start to study people to know the difference in their spirit and what they're truly coming into our lives for. And we should always pray and ask God, did you send this person my way? Or this person I met, is he the right person? Begin to open doors and windows for me to look into this person and truly see if this person is the person you want me to be with. I am going to be as honest as I can. There were red flags from the very, no, I lied. There were red flags at some beginning part of my relationship with my ex-husband. And because he came out and he said this to me, I did this, I am sorry, I apologize. It just happened. We talked about it. We prayed about it and everything. And I decided I was ready to let go, but I had friends and family members that say, well, if he came and he tell you, at least he told you, you know, let it go, move on. At least he being honest. Whew, that was just the beginning. That was like the handle of the red flag. After I started having kids, I started noticing a lot more red flags, but I never gave in. I started hiding what I felt. I started hiding the things that I see. And when I say hiding, I mean, even though I saw those red flags, I was just grabbing them and just pushing them somewhere, grabbing them and pushing them somewhere, because I did not want to acknowledge that this is wrong. I accepted it and I moved on. You do not want to do that. You want to acknowledge those red flags and you want to call them out on these red flags. And don't, after 2-3 times, don't accept no more apologies or I'm sorry or I'm not going to do this again. You know, don't accept those things. Go your way, I'm going to go my way. And if you choose to get it together and we meet again, we can move forward from there. Red flags are something very serious. We call it red flags, but actually it's God showing us the intentions of this person. And that's why we should always bring the concerns of our relationship. When God said, bring our concerns and our cares to him, we should always bring our concerns and our cares to God. Even if you're already in the marriage, if you're already in the relationship, because he is going to guide you on how to do it. But when you just keep pushing those red flags away, you just keep building that person up just to keep throwing them at you. And at the end of the day, you're going to get hurt. I got hurt in a very serious way. My red flags, after I finished building them up and pulling those flags up, and that flag was ready to come down, oh, let me tell you, the pain, the anxiety, the tears. Like I was saying before, it's trending all over YouTube. And these are the same people we sit and we listen to. We sit in the church and we listen to. We sit on YouTube and we listen for advice to. I've come to the end of my journey with them. The only person I want to listen to now is God. To be honest, it's God. The names and the people that are bursting out now with marriages failing, and these women saying that they saw the red flag, but they wanted their marriage. I'm going to raise my hands because I did too.
Yes, child.
I did too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let Angela and say something, the red flags.
Yeah, I did. I even saw red flags before I got married and I just dismissed it because I was so in love and I wanted to get married. So, you know, I dismissed it. There was one time my ex-husband, he went to this party with his father and his father sweetheart. And I was like, and he invited me to go in with him. And I said, I couldn't do that. I said, I can't do that to your mommy, man. I said, why are you doing that to your mommy? You know? And he's like, mind your own business. So I just left it alone, you know, and I'm just thinking in the back of my head, oh, he's not going to do that to me. But if he did it to his daddy, if he did it with his daddy, he's going to do it to you too, you know. So I saw a lot of that going on, like in our relationship before we got married. Like even with his cousin had a fiance, but one night we was going to the movies and his cousin bring another woman, and I'm like, what? You ain't gonna say nothing. And again, he tell me, mind your own business. So I decided to mind my own business, not thinking in the back of my head, okay, Andrea, if he did this with his cousin, he's gonna do it with his cousin with another woman. So if he accepted his cousin doing this, obviously he's gonna do this with his cousin as well. And I was not realizing that. I just wanted to get married. It didn't matter what nobody said to me. It didn't matter what God said to me. As far as I'm concerned, I was gonna get married, and you know, he's not gonna do that to me. And after he started doing it to me, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him a couple of years. He can change, you know, because they say 5 years they can change. Hell no, they don't change, honey. They just get worse. So it got worse because once you start seeing the red flags and you don't check it, you gotta check it. If you don't check it, it will check you. Meaning they would disrespect you, they wouldn't care, they would let you know straight and plain, look here, you know I was doing this before we got married, so why you making noise now? Why you kicking up now? You either take it or you leave it. You understand? So you have to respect yourself. When you see those red flags, you have to respect yourself. Because if you don't, like you said, you will end up getting hurt.
Okay, good. Kayla, you have any questions?
She make a valid point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I'm gonna add to that again. For me, I already knew. I already knew my husband was having an affair years ago, when we had moved to Atlanta. And like I said, I'm gonna drop the whole story one day. And I already knew, and I remember I used to walk around the track with my friend exercising, and I would tell her, he doing this and he doing that, and I just can't believe it. And I knew he doing something. When I moved back here, I was telling my coworker, oh yeah, I know he doing something. I know he doing something. He doing this, he doing that. He no ways. And you know, it's just those words in your head. They would come and they would say stuff that would make you second guess yourself. Women, we are strong. And like I said, God give us something in us. Look, we might have come from man, but we make man. We carry them in us. And it's something about us having to carry that load. And it's something about us have to bring them up. I was telling my daughter today, she said, she had so much homework to do and she was just whining. I was like, girl, hold your head up. Put your shoulders back. I said, you see all of this? Mommy got to do all of this. Mommy was left to do all this. I said, don't never drop your chin. Hold your head up. Do your work. You know you smart. Get your A's. Clap your fingers and move it right along. That's easier said than done, huh? But all of that come with a price. That come with pain, that came with hurt, that come with some nights not sleeping, that come with tears. But if you could avoid it, I am not trying to be all the other ones that are on YouTube that's giving you advice, but this is what I'm going to say. I went through it, and marriage is nothing to play with. It's a soul tie. When you get with someone else and you giving them your body, look.
Not just your body. Not just your body you are giving them.
Giving them your body.
Then you giving all of you, because
all of you.
Like we have learned that we are 3 parts. So we have a spirit, we live in a body, and we possess a soul. So we given everything. we giving them all of our being. We giving them our minds. We giving them everything. Our bodies, our soul, our spirit. We giving them everything.
And
You
when you give them all of that, and then you go before God and you said, God, I vow to do this and to do this. And every time you speaking, you intertwining that rope. You now become one. You become one. And that's why I have learned going through my process that as I begin to pull away from what we vow to do, it hurts. It hurts so much. It really do.
because
Relationship,
it's
breaking up from a relationship and breaking up from a marriage is so different. And
it is.
what I realized a time ago is that once you get married, you cross over an invisible barrier. You can't see that. It changes spiritually. And that's why I like when Dr. Miles Monroe talk about spiritual warfare, because we don't see what we actually putting out there in the spiritual world. We do not.
What? Listen, honestly speaking,
My bed didn't even feel like a bed anymore. I couldn't sleep in my bed.
listen, honestly speaking, I don't even have a clue at this point in time. I honestly don't care because it just got at a point with me that I got so turned off that I was like, okay, go there and go sleep with whomever you want to because I ain't sleeping with you. That's how it got for me because I got so like it was so distinct, I didn't disrespect him or anything, but it was like I couldn't sleep with him. Like it was a turn off. How much women like? I mean, dude, why you need to sleep with all of these women? I mean, why? You know, so it was really bad for me because I mean, I started wearing the big bloomers. You know, certain things that that wasn't attractive because I just did not want to be touched or looked at by him in that way. Okay, pause.
Yeah,
So
I felt the same way too. I really did. And for me, I think I remember one time, like I said in one of my videos, God told me I was free, and I didn't want to be free. I wanted my marriage. I was like, I am not going to be another Black woman over here raising all these children by my darn self. Yeah, and God said you free, and I didn't want to believe it. And I remember laying down in the bed one night beside this man. I cannot sleep. When I found out about the affair with the baby mama, 2 years, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep next to him. I could not sleep. I would cry every night. And I remember some nights he would shake me. He was like, you crying? Why are you crying? My soul was screaming out, get away, move. This is not the space. When God don't want you in that space and you don't feel comfortable no more, your soul, your spirit is literally fighting to be free. You want to be free. And so I just want like young people coming up that wants to get married, go ahead and just get counsel, get advice, go to marital counseling before, ask the questions, ask the questions.
ask the hard questions. Don't
Yeah.
don't be around the bush.
Don't beat around the bush. Have you ever cheated before?
Ask
Why did you cheat it? Do you think you're going to cheat again? How you know you met ready for marriage? If I cheat, would you be able to forgive me? Because we all know when women cheat on men, yeah, they ain't forgiving no darn body. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. They like bye. No, you don't. Because see, we go off our emotions and love. Men, they just want that respect. You don't disrespect me. So now every time I go there, another man saying, yeah, I see a chick out here. Boy, you this and boy, you that, and boy, you's a sissy, and boy, you's a dog, and you letting her do you like that. But women, they would keep their mouth shut. Me and this person could be friends, and they see my husband over someone, Yeah, I saw him, you know. He was by himself. No, you ain't see him by his darn self. No, the heck you did not see him by himself, right? Because that's what they're gonna do for each other. But
Yeah,
get in the console, listen to older people. Marriage might look good for some people, and the
it's
people who
hard
been
work.
into it long. But let me tell you, them people did not walk in that marriage these years with cotton candy and flowers. They sure did not.
Yeah,
They did not. So whatever red flags, the minute you see something you feel is not right for a relationship, question it. Question it. And then when you don't question it, wait another month or so, come back and question it again. So do you think you over this? I mean, well, you just asked me that a month ago. Okay, so I want to be sure you really get it out your system. You really get it out your system. When, for me, when they feel like they're being questioned and they want to get, all rear up, a little bit hostile, and they're going to back up a little bit, but they can't come to you and say something to you. Well, yeah, I did that, but it's done. And they ain't coming to you calm, check it. Red flag. Hold up your flag. So why are you getting so hostile? I need to ask you a question. I know it happened a month ago, but I just wanted to come back and make sure we good. Because you want to be good. Because at the end of the day, you want to be good. A man
yeah,
can leave you and go there and begin a life just like that. And you there with a broken heart, crying tears. You gotta go and try to get through all the pain. You gotta get counseling. You don't want to date nobody. Then you think you're gonna hate every man in the book. Everyone. And then don't get leave with the kids. Oh my God, that's another brain, like, yeah, it's crazy. So check those flags. I'm serious. Check those flags. Check the mentality of that man. What I would say is make sure you know what your calling is before you get married. Because, I heard a pastor said this, I think it was Dr. Miles Monroe. You could go and marry someone when you're young and you don't know what their calling is. And all of a sudden they get saved and God's saying, okay, this gonna hurt, but we gotta ruffle these feathers because this person wasn't supposed to be with this person. Or God will do it. He will remove you if you decide you're gonna walk in his will and he wants you to walk in his will, something is gonna happen. So 21, 22, I mean, up in them young age, figure out what it is that you truly want and where your life is truly going. Do not just say, oh, I love, because people really don't. I mean, back in the day, people didn't get married because they love each other. I mean, that's what I've been hearing. They didn't, but a lot of marriages went through so much. And at the end of the day, they was like, well, where I gotta go? I might as well just stay here. Where I got to go? And you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be the person with asking, well, where I got to go. Build yourself up. Build yourself up in God. Build yourself up in yourself. Make sure you are secure with yourself. Make sure you love yourself. Because when that person come up in your space and they see how you loving yourself, that is what you want. You don't want no one to come and disrespect you. You don't want no one to come and mistreat you. If you see something like, oh well, you said you was coming and you said you was coming at this time and you took 3-4 hours to get here. I done been out, get me something, you can come back. I go into my bed. Well, I could come in. No, doors closed. You can't come nowhere. I'm saying that to say this. We have to learn how to put ourselves first.
and make sure we priority.
You have to make sure you have something for yourself. So when they walk out and they decide to leave, you don't have to crumble in the sand. You make sure you have a rock to stand on. Make sure you have a bank account. Make sure you
Not
doing a good job and you
say,
secure with yourself. And
don't say like when they walk out, because not everyone is gonna walk out on you, but
When they
If it
walk, the ones
happens,
who ain't no good
make
when they
sure,
walk out.
yeah, make sure you're in that position to take care of yourself if it happens to you. Not every man out there is a bad man,
Well,
and
I
not
don't mean
every man
every
out there.
man. No, I don't mean every man, but I'm just saying.
You know, so yeah, so it's not when it happens, it's if it's happened or if it does
Kayla, you want to
happen.
ask a question?
Um,
Kayla, ask a question.
I don't want to ask a question. That's okay.
Yes, you do.
Maybe on the next show.
All right, that's Kayla.
I'd prefer to listen first, if that's okay.
Kayla, are you getting married anytime soon?
Mm, to be honest, it's supposed to be next year, but I don't feel I want to rush.
You don't feel like you want to rush, or you don't feel like you're ready?
I don't want to rush. For some
Okay,
reason, I
give us
just,
10 more
yeah,
minutes.
I just feel like still young, and I ain't ready. Not to say I out there, with other people, but I just don't want to rush. I feel like maybe it's more out there for me.
Right.
That's just how I feel.
That's your option and that's your right at the end of the day. And I don't blame you. Go for yourself. If that's how you feel, then do you, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, with you, have you already gotten engaged?
Yeah.
How is he?
Awesome, to be honest.
That's good. Very good.
Yeah.
When you say awesome, what are the most, what is the best quality you think for you see that you like?
The fact that he is laid back, I don't have to worry about him going out there, probably partying with friends and doing all that extra stuff. That's what I like most.
That's good.
Okay. So
That's
he's laid back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna have to have a personal conversation. That's my niece, y'all.
Hey.
Oh, okay, so we get about 8 more minutes. So Andre, you have anything else to say?
No, I mean, the only thing that came to my mind is that we don't want to seem so negative about like our situation and our experiences, and we don't want people out there to feel like it's going to happen to them or whatever. We're just stating to you what happened in our case. So we want you to be able to look out for certain things in your relationship if it ever comes up or whatever the case might be. But
Yeah,
always love yourself. Always put yourself first. Don't put nobody before you. The only person to put before you is God.
Let's
Don't
go.
put no man on a pedestal. Don't love them more than they love you. Don't put your feelings on the back burner for them. You understand? They supposed to be doing that for you, you know?
right. What I want to say before we leave is that I think I even forget what I want to say is I understand. I know a lot of people probably already going through what we going through. A lot of people are hurting, and sometimes in the beginning of the process, you don't know what to do. And like we said before in one of our videos, you need a safe place. You need somebody who you can confide in for to ask questions, not no one to make decisions for you, but just to confide in. Even if you're in the marriage, or even if you're in a marriage already and you already start seeing stuff that's uncomfortable for you or that you don't agree with, sit down and have a discussion with your spouse, or just take a moment, pray, pull away from it, come back and ask questions. You deserve answers, and you deserve to be not sleeping you deserve not to not be sleeping at night. Like if you go to bed, you want to know you can get a good sleep and you don't wake up with certain things on your mind. Understand that red flags are to alarm us about things that is going on in this person that can overflow into our marriage, into our children, into our home, into our space that will make us feel a certain type of way. So we want to make sure that every time, just revisit, like I said, revisit with questions and make sure you get the right answers and make sure you understand what that person is going through. Because sometimes that's other spouse might be going through something and we don't even know, and they shut down and they don't want to talk about it. But instead of them coming to us and talking about it, they would go and they would hang out with their friends, or they would hang out with a special type of friend. Like if a guy going through something and he's married, he'll go and hang out with a woman and talk to her, and she'll kind of feed off on that, and things go back and forth, vice versa with the woman also. So we want to make sure that we have an open communication, or you guys have an open communications, sit down and have talks and ask questions and be comfortable and be secure within yourself to know that if you're in a marriage, you deserve to have a secure relationship with your spouse, a comfortable place to sit down and talk with your spouse, and learn to be open and put everything on the table. Whenever you see things that are not right, please do not hide behind them. Please do not take up for the other person. Call them out on what it is that you feel like they're doing wrong, or you see that they're doing wrong. Let them know that this is what I see. Is it because of me? Is it because of you? What is going on with you? What is it that we can fix? And then try to get some kind of counseling from your pastor or whoever you go to get counseling from. And I think that's it. I think that's all we had to say. Well, that's all I had to say. We have other topics coming up. I do have some other videos that I want to post, but I just want y'all to know that please, 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 these YouTube channels with people giving so much life coaches is out now. Like everywhere you turn, oh, I'm a life coach, I'm a love coach. I just want to, yeah, I just want a coach to sit. I want a big white coach. Yeah, so I know love coach. I'm not a counselor. Don't call me or text me or email me and ask me what I should do about this, because I'm going to tell you, pray and go seek counsel from your pastor. We are just telling y'all what our experiences are going through our divorce and how we get here. That's all. I am not a counselor, and I ain't trying to be no coach, because I need to exercise.
And I just want to say that I'm happily divorced. Happy.
That's nice.
I'm about to be there.
Yes, you are.
I'm not
Tina, you should add Tara to the group.
I try to get her on here. Child, that's a different story. For
Tara is be too busy.
Yeah, Tara said I got time for all of that. But y'all, I'm drinking my green juice and I'm not drinking no red wine. So that makes me really, really happy. My skin is going to be glowing.
Oh,
yes.
Whatever.
Yes. Don't feel bad, Andre. You're going to drink your green juice too.
Oh, no, I'm not.
You're not?
Nope.
That sucks. Anyway,
what's in the green juice, Tara? I mean, Tina.
Hold on. Thank you for tuning in on our channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Watch out for the red flag.